Hello, Internet. This is Chris Krug checking in from the Banff World Television Festival. I'm here with Michael Poryes, who's the executive producer and co-creator of Hannah Montana. Say hello to the Internet.
Hello, Internet. How are you? How's
So,
that?
how are you enjoying Banff so far?
I absolutely love it. You know, it is so incredibly beautiful. The family and I, we were on vacation in Yosemite about a month ago, and this is like Yosemite on steroids. It is so. I mean, it's remarkable. I'm taking pictures with my little iPhone and emailing them back to my son, who's going, "Oh my God!"
You ran into any wildlife yet?
Only the other people in the business.
Definitely.
Yeah.
A bunch of people acting like
Yeah.
animals out there at the St. James late at night?
Exactly.
Yeah. So give me a few tips for setting up a writer's room.
Well, in a writer's room, you really want balance. You don't want all the same level and all the same experience. You want somebody, okay, they're really good at story. This person has a really good strength with joke. This person has a really good youthful voice that's going to tell me things that I can't think about. This person over here is going to watch everything, is going to tell me when I'm making a mistake. You want to put
all the roles
well, exactly, and you want to put together a group of people that will get along. That you can be in a room with 8 hours and not want to dive across the table. So it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. But for example, the first year we replaced a writer, and the second year we replaced a writer. This year we replaced two writers. Because it's fluid, and the needs of the show change.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the writer's strike and how you think that will affect your fans and audiences down the road?
Well, we weren't really affected because we had completed our second season. Miley then went on tour. Then we have the Hannah movie.
Right.
And so we're really kind of back in production when we would have been back in production.
Right.
Um,
Do you
there's
think that some of the outcomes will affect the way you do things down the road? And
I think so. I think that the strike will affect financially the way networks do things. Right. I'm actually hearing now that some networks, I think NBC, are going to go from script directly to series and forego the expensive pilot process.
that actually leads me into one of my questions: is what do you think of the future of high value production shows, especially in light of the things like I heard last week Michael Eisner signed a web deal for $10K per episode for some web content and stuff, which was high for the internet. So what do you think of kind of the future of the high value productions?
I think there'll always be room. When you have shows like, I know there's later somebody's going to be dealing with House. Mm-hmm. That's a high-value show. It's a wonderful show. I think what's going to change is that they're going to have to be really, really good.
Yeah.
And if they're really, really good, people will always come to good entertainment. And so I think high-value shows are still going to be around a lot, but I think it's going to be a smaller amount of them.
Right. Disney has uniquely embraced your show. I heard they held a kind of first in their history all business unit international meeting in your honor. Tell me a little bit about that,
Oh my God.
tell me a little
It was
about
in my
that,
honor? Where was I?
and what the outcomes are and stuff.
I'm unaware of that meeting, but it has broken through barriers. It's amazing. Everything has lined up. The music combined with Miley, combined with her father, combined with the way we break stories and the way we write. It's all added up to this wonderful, wonderful phenomenon. And, you can't, there's not one thing that is responsible for a phenomenon. It's all the things just lining up right.
I'd love to know what you think about the internet.
The internet, I think, is the future. I think the internet is the place where, direct-to-internet television, direct-to-internet series. I think the mistake, however, is that just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it can be done on the cheap. Because, at least in my audience, kids know what looks really good and what doesn't look really good. And if you're going to do kids programming on the internet, it better look like what the Disney Channel puts out, or kids are going to think, well, why am I watching that? It's cheap. So I think more money actually needs to be invested in the quality that is coming on the internet if the internet wants to get series programming.
Is there some content that you personally consume on the internet? How do you use it, and what are you watching online?
I'm really not. I email. Right. I check stocks. Yeah. I read the news. I will watch some video clips if Mitchell Musso has one, right, or Miley has one. But I know that the younger audience is on the internet for everything. The other day, my son was using, I think it was a PSP, and he was watching a movie. And I said, "What are you doing?" Yes, I'm watching a movie. You're watching a movie on that?
We have that big flat
We
screen,
have the
right?
big
Yeah.
thing. You can get the thing and you put it in, you watch it. No, this is fine. And that told me that the future is, if you have a good screen, and it could be small, but at least 13-year-olds will sit for 2 hours and watch a movie. Yeah. So I think they'll watch a half-hour sitcom or an hour show. But that movie he's watching has high production quality. Yeah. He's not watching a movie that was done on the cheap.
Right. Well, it's been very nice to talk to you. Thank you very much. And Chris Krug and Michael Poryes, over and out from the Banff here in Banff World Television Festival.